Students, friends, activists, it's your girl Kaya here. Today is the day. We're reclaiming the vote, reclaiming time, reclaiming our lives. So, after that list from Jenny's dad got out there, things have been moving fast. We know the time loop has already started. Our vote is useless, and the people who know what's going on are rounded up by the police right now. That list backfired big time. It was supposed to protect them, but instead they're being haunted. The police say that's not happening at all, but we're not blind. We have no idea what happened to Jenny's dad. Jenny was questioned by the police and she's still at the station. Friends, students, intellectual raiders of the free spirit, this shit is on. So here's what we're doing. 1, we need to occupy the polling stations, barricade them, stop the vote. If nobody votes, nobody wins. 2, if we want to stop the vote, we need materials. Got things like ropes, locks, chains, tents. We want to hear from you. 3, we need food. Let's fill those polling stations with pizzas. The personnel won't know what hit them. They'll think that we're just there for a while, that we'll leave when we get hungry, but if you send us food and drinks, we can last for days. Support your local occupier and start ordering now. If you need materials, come on over to the studio. We've collected stuff that you can use, but we need more. If you own or work in a hardware store and you're supporting the cause, call us. Whew, it's going to be a long day. Our lines are open and our studio too. I'm declaring this studio the hub of the student protest. It's our future we're talking about, people, not theirs. Not those politicians who've been around for ages. We're the ones inheriting this assumed new utopia in which everyone and everything will prosper. Yeah, right. Economic growth and environmental improvement? Since when is that actually possible? Guess what? We don't know jack shit about our future. All I know is that this vote is fake. We've been lied to and you know it. Soon we'll live in a future in which we get sick and die because our bodies and minds get reset over and over. We'll get sick and die and we won't even notice because we don't remember. Jenny, if you hear this, stay strong. We'll see you on the other side. This is for your dad, and for you, and for everyone fighting the good fight. Rise up. Reclaim time.
The rant of the day.
Am I doing this? Hell yeah, I'm doing this. Here's my rant of the day. Voting, it's shit. You think you live in a democracy, but you don't. You're lulled into a false sense of security. Give your opinion, influence your life, but it's all fake. All of it. You think you make an informed choice, but you don't. Because you're only hearing what you want to hear. You listen to the people you agree with, and you nod. You listen to the people you disagree with, and you scorn them. And that is how you're reinforcing your own worldview. And every time they want you to vote again, you do the nodding and the scorning again. You agree even more because it feels safe, because that's your view. That's what you stand for. Isn't that great? Isn't it wonderful to have an opinion? Dream on, mate. Enjoy your loop bubble. That's it. I'm out. No, I'm done with opinions for good. So, call me. But don't expect me to comment on anything. NSB. And who's calling?
Hi, Ennis. It's Lillian. I was just wondering how the dog was doing.
Dead. Next.
Ennis, my man. So you're not giving your opinion on anything?
Nope.
So I can just call you an obnoxious has-been and you have no opinion on that?
None whatsoever.
Wow, hardcore. I bet you're crying like a baby tonight when you're all alone and you realize nobody loves you.
If I do, you'll be the last to know. Whoops. What do you know? We lost a new friend. Next!
Don here. I fully support what you're trying to do.
Wow. Thanks, man. That means a lot to me.
There are too many people with opinions anyway. Couldn't hurt to have one opinion less. Although I'm sorry it has to be yours. I mean, I know a lot of other people. I'd rather have them keep their mouth shut. Am I right?
I don't know. Are you?
Wow, you don't even have an opinion on that? You're really trying, man. Respect.
Yeah, thanks. Next!
Anon here.
Oh, hi, Anon. Oh, listen, I'm not going to tell you how I feel about you, Colin, because that would be an opinion.
Right, and you don't do opinions.
But I do questions. So, are you voting today?
I'm not sure yet.
Not sure? Usually you're so sure of everything.
Oh, I don't have all of the answers.
Well, you sure try to act as if you have.
Careful. Opinions.
Shit.
This is News One, and here are the headlines with Fred Peterson.
Today, the alleged list of so-called RMB1s, people immune to the time loop reset, has caused a lot of commotion since its existence was revealed on our show. Police teams have visited several homes and other locations in the country in order to find the source of this list. Meanwhile, the fate of the terrorist group that was arrested yesterday is still unknown. While shots were heard and ambulances arrived on the scene, the police is still refusing to comment on what happened. However, the arresting officer in charge, Detective Chire, is expected to give a statement later today. Polling stations have opened an hour ago for today's vote on the time loop. Long lines have already formed in front of some of the more central polling locations. Minister Macmillan, who is currently in hiding because of the threats on her life, made an unexpected appearance at one of the polling stations. Smiling and waving to the crowds, she posed for photos while putting her ballot in the box. When asked, she reiterated that there is no truth to the rumors that the time loop has already been activated.
I can assure you that we are honoring the procedure and we will not set anything in motion before the people have spoken out about it. We take our people very seriously and we would never betray the trust you have in us. There have been many opinions and concerns, but today is the moment to make your voice heard and your vote count. Thank you.
Stay tuned for live reactions and exit polls from our own reporter, Tommy Begay, who will be travelling between polling stations today. Thank you all for joining us on this eventful Friday. As we said, we'll be switching over to Tommy Begay regularly, but first we have a guest calling in. During the headlines, we were contacted by the head of the National Police, and if I've understood correctly, we now have Detective Chire on the phone. Detective Chire, are you there?
I am, Mr. Peterson. Thank you for allowing me into your broadcast.
I haven't actually been informed on the nature of your call. We heard you were holding a press conference later today.
We are, but I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you live on air for your excellent work.
I'm flattered, but I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
Thanks to your continuing trustworthy reporting, you were able to get the scoop of the existence of a list of RMB1s. And thanks to your active investigation, we were able to take action on these individuals immediately.
Could you explain what you mean by take action?
As this is an ongoing investigation, I cannot comment too much. But what I can say is that these people were planning to overthrow the government.
That's a...
Your number one radio DJ.
Michelle.
Good.
What Michelle meant to say was, good morning, everyone. It's your favorite station with your favorite hosts. It's the end of the week, so let's start the party early.
Thanks, Bob. Of course, it's an extra exciting day as everybody's getting ready to vote.
To celebrate this, we decided to make the ultimate list of songs about time. We've been getting all your suggestions, and at the end of the show, we'll reveal a top 5.
Wasn't that exciting yesterday with everybody going on about that list?
Couldn't be bothered, to be honest.
Think about it, though. What if the time loop would be active and you would be one of the only ones noticing it? Isn't that, totally weird?
I guess. I don't know.
I wish they'd made the names on that list public. I'd love to talk to somebody like that. Or maybe I'm one myself, but I just don't know it yet.
If you were one, you would have known already.
Why?
Never mind. Let's hear some music.
No, it's fine. I'm done with it anyway.
Done? How?
I sort of tried to understand what was happening, but the more I heard about it, the more scared I got. Once you really start reading, I couldn't sleep. My head was sort of exploding.
Ew. Well, that's not good.
So I've decided not to get into it anymore. No more reading the news. No more trying to understand. No toxic conspiracy theories or lying politicians. I don't need that in my life.
Well, okay.
You were the one saying this show was all about fun, so why aren't you agreeing with me?
I agree. I agree.
Let's get back to the fun then, babe. It's Friday, so it's time for Guess the Sounds.
One, two.
2 summer festival tickets to earn for the first of you who will guess the sound.
Students, friends, activists, it's your girl Kaya here. We're reclaiming the so we know the time that we have no so 1. We need to occupy the polling stations. Barricade them. Stop the vote. If nobody votes, nobody wins. 2. If we want to stop
wasn't that
that there is no truth to the rumors that the time loop has already been activated.
I can assure you that we are honoring the procedure and we will not set anything in motion before the people have spoken out about it. We take our people there have been many opinions and concerns, but today is the moment to make your voice heard and your vote count. Thank you.
Stay tuned for live reactions and exit polls from our own reporter.
1. We need to occupy the polling stations. Barricade them. Stop the vote. If nobody votes, nobody wins.
Well, it seems like there are still terrorist groups active. We need to occupy the polling stations. That sounds like a clear threat. The only way this could be done is with violence. That would suggest this group has access to weapons. And that would mean they're allies of the terrorist group that was arrested yesterday. We have heard that the terrorists were planning to blow up polling stations. Could this be a call for suicide bombers? This is breaking news. Please stay with us while the story unfolds. Thank you all for joining us on this eventful Friday.
1. We need to occupy the polling stations. Barricade them. Stop the vote. If nobody votes, nobody wins.
Well, it seems like there are still We need to occupy the polling stations. That sounds like a clear.
Students, friends, activists, we're reclaiming. So, after that list from Jenny's dad, we know the time loop has already started. Our vote is useless, and the people who know it, that list backfired big time. It was supposed to protect them, but instead, the police say that's not happening at all, but we're not blind. We have no idea what happened to Jenny's dad. Jenny, friends, students, and so here's what we're doing. 1. We need to occupy. 2. If we want to stop the vote, we need materials. Got things like ropes, locks, chains, tents. We want to hear from you. 3. They'll think that we're just there for a while, that we'll leave when we get hungry. But if you support your local, if you need material, if you own or wait, I'm getting some messages. News 1, really? And we're terrorists now? How do they dare call themselves journalists? Listen, I need you to keep spreading our call. We are more than them. We can do it. Whew, it's going to be a long day. Our lines are open and our studio too. I'm declaring this studio the hub of the student protest. It's our future we're talking about, people, not theirs. Not those politicians who've been around for ages. We're the ones inheriting this assumed new utopia in which everyone and everything will prosper. Yeah, right. Economic growth and environmental improvement. Guess what? We don't know jack
Fun, so why aren't you agreeing with me?
I agree.
Let's 2 summer festival tickets to earn. Good.
What Michelle meant to say was, good morning, everyone. It's your favorite station with your favorite hosts. It's the end of the...
Thanks, Bob. Of course, it's an
2. If we want to stop the vote, we need materials. Got things like ropes, locks, chains, tents. We want to hear from you.
I'm done with it. I don't ever want to hear the word vote ever again.
Not the best day to decide that.
I don't care. No more messages, no more news, no more vote. Just loop me and make me forget for all I care. I can't take it anymore. I just want to sleep at night, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Just play some happy music, please.
Wow. Yeah. Sure, right now.
Students, friends, we're reclaiming. So, after that list from Jenny's dad got out there, things have been moving fast. We know that list, the police say we have no friends. So, 1, we 2, if we 3, we need food. Let's fill those polling stations with pizzas. The personnel won't know what hit them. They'll think that we're just there for a while, that we'll leave when we get hungry, but if you send us food and drinks, we can last for days. Support your, if you need material, if you own or wait, I'm getting News 1, really? How do they dare call? Listen, I need you to keep it's gonna be a long day. Our lines are open. What now? We made Michelle cry? Live on air? Sure, it's easy to complain about loudmouth students when you're privileged like her. Keep making them cry, if that is the way to make our voices heard. We just have no choice. It's our future we're talking about, people, not theirs. Not those politicians. We're the ones inheriting this assumed new
opinion.
But I... No. Shit. Am I doing this? Voting. You're lulled in... But it's all fake because you listen to them. And that... And every time you agree, dream on. That's it. I'm out. So, call me. But don't expect me to comment on anything.
3, we need food. Let's fill those polling stations with pizzas. The personnel won't know what hit them.
Now this I like. Let's prank that vote. So, what are we doing? Sending pizzas to polling stations to throw in their faces? Love it. I needed this to lighten up the day. Hell, we all needed it. I'm going all in. Now, let's order pizzas. What's the address of the biggest polling station? Let's see. I'll just order 100? No, 1,000. Who cares? We can only vote once. And, obviously, it has to be pineapple pizza. Imagine throwing those wet slices of fruit in their faces. Okay, so I'm going for the polling place at the train station. Yes, I reckon it'll take about 30 minutes for the first pizzas to arrive, so get to the train station and be ready to throw some pizza. I'll be going there directly after the show. This day's turning out quite nicely.
Good evening. This is your Minister Amal McMillan speaking to you live. On behalf of the entire government, I would like to thank you, the people, for your continued support for the time loop. The outcome of the vote has been crucial for us to know that we are indeed on the right track. From a personal point of view, I cannot wait to see our nature blossom again. Soon there will be plants and trees again in abundance, thriving in our beloved, beautiful country. However, the government does acknowledge that there are people who are aware of the process of the time loop and might not feel at home in this loop. This is why a specific scheme has been set up for these people, the RMB1 or Remembrance, as they are known. In this scheme, they will be extracted from the loop. Although we will be sad to see people leave our growing economy, we support free choice and respect any remembrant who chooses to leave. We do want to emphasize, however, that this extraction is permanent and cannot be reversed. To all remembrance, we say, if you want to leave the loop, you will have to make yourself known to us. If you are a remembrant but wish to remain in the loop, you need to let us know as well. For safety reasons, the government needs to have all remembrance choices registered. Please send your choice to this station. Our recently installed technology will be able to validate your identity and location, and any extraction will take effect immediately. I repeat, extraction will take effect immediately. Please remember this if you want to say goodbye to your friends and loved ones first. If you have done so and are ready, please state your choice through uploading a leave message to this channel. Do not forget to let us know as well if you want to stay. We value your choices deeply and strive to register every individual choice thoroughly. To conclude my message, I wish all of our citizens a beautiful and prosperous life. Thank you again for supporting this new and exciting step in history. Have a beautiful evening. Sleep well. Thank you, and good night.
RNB1s, please send us your choice. RNB1s, RNB1s, please send us your choice.
Good evening.
On the World Championships.
Thank you for listening to our new late night show. Hosted by Fred Peterson, recipient of the Mayor Bruce Prize for Investigative Journalism for his efforts in the period leading up to the time loop vote.
Yes, thank you for listening. Indeed, I appreciate the support and hopefully we'll be able to continue offering you relevant journalistic content. We're currently continuing to investigate several ecological issues. Now that the time loop has been implemented, is the Earth in fact improving, as experts say? When will we see the first results? And how will they be monitored? Starting next week, we'll be offering part 1 of a continuing series of reports on the state of planet Earth. In other news, the silent protests in front of the government building are continuing. Here's a report by Tommy Begay.
The small group of people on the square might be silent, but their actions speak loud. They're holding up banners with words like, "Justice for my son," and "Time won't make us forget." As they walk around the square, some bystanders applaud them, while others shout abusive language. Government officials who pass by to get to their work are instructed to ignore the protesters. With this silent protest, these people are trying to raise awareness for the disappearance of their family members. Their fathers, brothers, daughters were among the first known remembrance. Many of them disappeared since their names became public knowledge. The government maintains that all of these so-called disappearances have been voluntary. Although they refuse to give numbers due to privacy issues, it's been claimed that many remembrants have chosen to leave the time loop. But the protesters on the square do not believe this. Their loved ones have often left without any message, which, according to them, suggests involuntary removal. One of the main protesters, a young student, has officially requested extraction from the timeline herself in order to be reunited with her father. But the government will not extract non-remembrance. And so, the protests continue. They will go on until these family members...
Concludes on
9 p.m. to midnight on 91.5. Live on your very own Fresh FM.
It's just before midnight, so we're nearing the end of the show. Hope you've enjoyed your day, and tomorrow will be just as awesome. If you're planning to go to a late night party, have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. If Bob were here, he'd probably say, well, that means they can do anything then. I really appreciate all the nice messages you've been sending me to support my new solo show. Some of you miss Bob. Others, well, let's just say I'm not impressed by abusive messages, okay? This radio station is all about fun and positivity, not hate. It does feel lonely sometimes, though. A weird kind of lonely, just like the feeling you can get from deja vus and too lively dreams. Some of you have asked me if I knew Bob was remembrant. I didn't. I knew he secretly hated Dog Zone, but that was it. It wasn't until that list was read on News One and his name was on it that I... Never mind. I don't have to defend myself. Life goes on. And so does the music business. We've heard some rumors that NSB is planning a comeback. Remember his hit song? It's still one of my favorites. We'll see if we can get more info on this tomorrow. And don't forget to apply for our brand new segment, Love It or Lose It. Anyway, it's 30 seconds to 12, so you know the deal. Who's on the phone?
Hi, Michelle. It's done.
Dawn, nice to talk to you. How was your day?
Well, nothing new.
Ready to close the show together?
I totally am.
Okay, so here goes. Thank you for listening, but now the moon is glistening. It's time to go to bed and get some sleep instead.
Mentos Campus Radio. There are currently no students available to host this station. Until further notice, we will only broadcast university announcements and music. We appreciate your involvement, but please be advised we cannot take on or broadcast any of your calls or messages. Announcements. The meeting of the Student Council has been canceled. Today's special lunch menu, vegan broccoli burger with homemade fries. Meat options available.
And now, Stay by Araignée du Soir.
You're listening to a Mentos Campus.
Back to Late Night with NSB.
So, how do you like me in the evening? I guess I'll never know because this is a show you can't call into nor send messages to. Maybe you'll take something out of the show, but you won't put something in it. Haha. The bright side of not getting your calls is I won't need to justify Pineapple Gate anymore. Seriously, guys? I know we've talked a lot about it already, but how could you even think that I... Never mind. As I said, I don't have to justify myself. I know why I did it, period. But seriously, I mean, I don't know yet. I kind of like the feeling that it's just me here, late at night in an empty studio, just rambling on about whatever I think's relevant. But, on the other hand, maybe it's time to get out of broadcasting. Get out of everything, you know? You know? I've been trying my hand at some music again, at home. Are you surprised? I was. I threw up the first time I picked up a guitar again, but that sort of grew on me. I've been trying out some new material. Perhaps I'll take some time off to be alone with my own thoughts. The world's a strange place, and it's become even stranger. So I thought I'd sign off with a song, something new I wrote. You heard it here first. Now it's just a demo, but the lyrics have some meaning. Well, at least I think so. Use it if you think it makes sense. It's called Let Me Go. It's been a while, kinda lonesome, kinda wholesome waiting here. A rotten garden, crumbled stones, slowly freezing, so count me in. Am I of stones, am I of bones? Some tired flesh, let me atone. Let me go, let me go. Is there something I should see? One lost breath, one melody. Let me go, let me go. 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 Let me go.
This is your minister of...
Until further, we appreciate.
Reunited with her father.
Thank you for your choice, Remembrant. You have chosen to stay. We appreciate your trust in the time.
Good evening. This is your minister, Amal McMillan, speaking.